Record. Hello, everyone. I hope that you're doing amazing. Thanks, Paul, for joining. As usual, our Thursday call. This is Vincent talking to you from a mall in Boston. I just stopped. I was driving to Boston, and because we have a weekly call, I had to stop on the highway. So my wife and my baby, they went for some diaper shopping, and I decided to share with you some amazing feedback about our presentation yesterday and the feedback of presenting one-click showing to 100 brokers live. Now, it's not about us. It's not about a product. It's about you guys. It's about the results you get. And the feedback we got yesterday when we were presenting live to those 100 brokers is like, it resonated with them. I told them, I said, look, we talk about tools, and I think I mentioned the experiment from, it was an article from Scientific American from 1973 from a journalist named G.W. Wilson. And he studied different species, different animal species, and wanted to see the efficiency of the different species. So he put some cats, some dogs, some goats, some mountain lions, all sort type of animals and humans, and he wanted to measure the efficiency of how much they will be, how much energy they will spend to bring 1 kilogram of body mass through 1 kilometer. That was the matrix. And what they realized was that the most effective animal was a condor, the big bird, the condor. And the human weren't doing so good. They were 2/3 down the ladder, the performance ladder of those different species. But one guy, Scientific American, decided to conduct the experiment a little bit differently and say, well, why don't we conduct the experiment of a human on a bicycle and see what result we get? And when they did that, the human on the bicycle outperformed 200% the condor. So that was number one in the chart. So what does that tell us? It tells us that humans, our skills are tool making and using tools. This is really what differentiates ourselves from other species, and that's why we have evolved so much more than all the other species. Now, it's the same for you as a boat sales professional. You need to realize that it's your responsibility to choose the right tools to help you be more effective. And when it comes to choosing the right tool, you don't choose the tool because they are cool, right? You don't choose a tool because you have to choose the tool because they resolve problem for your clients and they help you going forward in the sales process. Now, if you study and if you analyze the sales process, what you're going to realize is that clients, buyers are looking for two things and two things only: trust and information. And this is results of hundreds of hours of studies and book read. And because if you go to the libraries, there are thousands of books on how to sell, but very few books on why people buy. And so we spend a lot of time and a lot of energy trying to figure out why people buy and how people buy. And we realize that they're looking for two things, essentially: trust and information. The best way to convey trust, other than in-person meeting, is video meeting, one-on-one video call. And the best way to convey information is a full virtual tour, because you can show the entire boat, inside, outside, technical area. So we combine those both in one-click showing. But there's another thing you need to do, is you need to remove friction. Because the more friction there is, the less sale there going to be. There's something called decision fatigue. That's why all billionaires don't wear the same thing every day, because they want to keep their decision for other things that are more important for them. So, in summary, one-click showing remove the friction and give you the two most important things that your buyers are looking for: trust and information. So yesterday, what we did during the presentation is we had 100, I think there was like 110 brokers. Most of them were CPYB, so they're the most educated and dedicated brokers in our industry. And I gave them a live presentation. They were blown away. Not only I gave them a live presentation of one-click showing, I told them I'm going to show you how to organize a showing in less than 10 seconds. They were really impressed. It was live on the stage. And after that, I showed them one-click capture. So what I did is say, well, let's assume that this stage is a boat now. We got the bow here, the cockpit, the helm, the stern, and I show them like in literally 3 minutes, I capture the whole scene. And I still have it here. Let me show you. I don't know where's my phone. My phone is here. But like I capture the scene of oh, I think I have a photo here. There you go. That was a photo of me on the stage yesterday, right? You can see the whole 32 million pixels right from the stage in less than 30 seconds. So we got a great feedback. But again, we don't care about getting positive feedback. What we care is helping you guys sell both. So we want to have more of you guys using this product. And I'm not talking about, because we have people that have been signing up to the product. This week, we got a lady in Florida. She called me, she said, oh, I got a new Palmer Johnson listing, another listing. I'm so excited. I want to get on board. We got a guy in Thailand, a princess in Thailand. They just signed up. Yesterday, we got a draw. There were a draw for the Yacht Broker Association. So one gentleman won a camera system. So we got 3 new sign up this week. And we got many more that told us that they're going to sign up. So I know it's coming and it's growing. But again, our goal is not growth and selling the most amount of unit. Our goal is to help you sell the highest amount of boats. So what I want to do, I don't have too much time. I have maybe another 5-6 minutes. I'm going to share with you guys some best practices for screen-to-screen selling. So I'm going to share my screen. See that? And we're going to go here, share Google Chrome, and we're going to close this one. Just give me a second. Sorry, usually I always like to work with 2 different screens, but okay. So I'm going to share you a part of my presentation yesterday at the YBAA University. And by the way, while Paul and I were working hard to, guide you and help you, Michael and our team, my business partner, Michael and our team, they are working extremely hard on the back end, making sure it's stable and robust. And there is everything you need to have the best experience. So this is not, again, this is not a 360 tool. This is not a showing tool. This is a selling tool. Right? We are expert in marketing. We're expert in sales training, and what we do is we combine both to help you, to give you the most effective tool to sell. Because we believe in screen-to-screen selling. Because screen-to-screen selling and video calling is the closest things to being there in person. Element of personal communication by Dr. Albert Mehrabian. When we communicate, just 7% of our communication is spoken words, 38% is voice and tonality, and a staggering 55% is body language. That's why it's so important to be on a video call with a client. And I did some exercise when I did my master's degree with communication professor, and we reviewed this. We had some different groups, different team leader, different variation of exercise. And it was, I saw it in front of my eyes how amazing it was. And of course, I saw that after that in my boat sales career, but this is why we're putting this. So we're going to help you in this little next slides to encourage your clients to have video call. Because sometimes your clients don't want to have video call. Sometimes the brokers that don't want to have video call, but video call is going to be beneficial for you. So what are the things you can say? Those are the 10 elements of a video call, of an effective video call, the technical element and the human element. I'm going to give you a few advices today. So I want you to remember to smile. This is very important, to smile, to have great energy in your voice. Let them talk and show that you care. You have to acknowledge them. This is not about you. This is not about your product. This is about them. Remember that the money is in the conversation. It's not in the presentation. The money is not, you're not in the fair, presenting a product to every people that are passing by. No, you're having an engaging conversation with someone, diagnosing them, trying to solve a problem for them, find a solution for them. And this is in the conversation, that's where the sale is going to happen. You have to build rapport and you have to create familiarity. And one thing that is very important and I teach you guys to do in person, but also online, is to qualify and disqualify prospects. How do you do this? One simple question. Are you here to get educated, to look around, or here to buy? I'm curious, what stage of the buying process are you? Oh, I'm just here to get educated. I've been looking at 2 boards as a third board. Oh no, I'm here to buy, or I'm here to look around, right? That will give you some idea. Things you can say to encourage people to go on the call. Shall we get on a video call to bring a face to a voice? Shall we get on video call to bring a face to a voice? Very simple to say, and people say, okay, sure, no problem. Turn on a little bit to get, shall we turn on the camera a little bit to get to know each other, and then you can turn it off after. You reassure them, and you can turn it off after. Then, when you see them, it's very important you have eye contact, right? I have a friend yesterday, he posted on LinkedIn that he went on the BBC, has a 15-minute documentary BBC about super yacht. And I was looking at the Zoom call with the BBC, and one thing that was written in the screen, it was like, BBC, make sure to look at the camera and the camera only during this. It reminded them, because you're on live TV, that you have to look at the camera. So you look at the camera and you smile. Very important to smile. And you can acknowledge that they're in a good mood. So you seem to be in a great mood today. What is it? Your morning run, your green shake, your morning yoga, whatever. Crank a joke, but make sure you start in a good tone and a good energy. Also express your agenda. I will show you the boat around. If everything is to your liking, I can guide you to the next step to get this boat today. You show here, you're not here to waste their time. You're here to help them buy the boat. Remember, people already, and that's what I was telling in my presentation, is that 2 months ago, my wife and I bought a car, like a big car, fully online. I asked the guy, can I buy it online? He's like, no, unfortunately, you have to come in to see in person, but it was already sold. So we just went, we bought it, we left. The 2 previous cars we bought, they were Teslas, we bought it online. So people are ready to buy things online nowadays. So don't assume that they're going to buy it in person and you're not going to sell it online. I know some guys, they sold some fed sheep online, fed sheep, some of the biggest yachts in the world. What's a video call's objective? To focus on leaving them happier during the call than when they came. This is very, very important. Another call objective, I didn't write it down here, is to always move forward in the sales process. Always move forward in the sales process. Video call attitude. Some people told me yesterday they love that. This, you have to come in a position of love, in a position of giving, not in a position of taking. We're not the Wolf of Wall Street here, trying to take advantage of them. We are here, we're a benevolent servant, we're here to help them, we're here to guide them, we're here to make them happier, we're here to help them find the boat of their dream. So you look at the person, and in your head, in your mind, you're going to say, I love you, I love you, I love you. So you start with a position of love, selling with love. I have a friend, he wrote a book, Selling with Love. Then selling, remember selling, it comes from the old English word sellen, which means to give. So selling doesn't mean taking, it means giving. And the best acronym that I've found for the word selling is sincere empathy by listening and loving. Sincere empathy by listening and loving. So I hope that I'm going to give you 5 more quick little tips for video call, but I hope that those short advices will motivate you. Yesterday, I talked to a friend. She told me, oh, I sold $8 million worth of boats since January. The market's doing great for me and doing great. And she's like, but your video inspired me so much. I'm going to start doing my first live video very soon. And so she was inspired by this talk, because she realized that if she's not doing it, she's going to be left behind. And you guys are going to be left behind. So a few tips. Number 1, you got to set it up. Be sure to establish a specific date, time, and most importantly, video chat that works for your buyers. It can be FaceTime, it can be Zoom, it can be Microsoft Teams, it can be Skype. And you got to show up. Guys, this is a Paul, how many videos have we done together? Like this, maybe on number what, 12, 13?
Yeah, over 10.
Yeah, over 10. And we show up. just 1 week, Paul and I couldn't come for some reason. I think I was on holiday. I didn't have coverage, but we show up every week. And even if it's just him and I, we show up because we know we're going to use those video to, and most of you guys watch it in a replay, but we show up. And that's how movement starts. You got to show up, even if you're alone. So do it, show up. Number 2, do your homework. When I show up, every time Paul and I show up, we do our homework. We share with you something valuable. We prepared for the call. And I might be on a parking lot driving, in a rental car. I don't have my outfit on me, but I prepared this call. I know exactly what I will say because I want to bring value to you. So you got to prepare. Tip number 2. Tip number 3, this one is easy. You hold your phone on vertical position because that's a more natural way. If you're doing a FaceTime or Zoom call or a WhatsApp call, vertical position is always better when you call a client. Tip number 4, you keep it structured and client-centric. That's why I give you, if everything is, I'm going to show you this border run, and if everything is to your liking, I'll show you and I'll guide you how to get the next step and how you can get the boat today, right? I give them the agenda, it's structure, it's client-centric. And it's not about the product, it's about the clients, about helping them, guiding them. And finally, tip number 5, you find a way to engage them emotionally. For instance, start the boat to allow the boater to listen to the engine. Go on a little sea trial. If you have the opportunity to go on a little sea trial, even for a little quick spin, so you get the boat engaged, or look how fast it goes, or rev the engine, start the engine. I don't know, like go in a small walk-in closet, do something that will engage their emotions. Because I want them to feel the boat, with their senses, with their eyes, with their ear. And this is important you do that online. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Paul, any question for today's call? Any remarks or question?
One thing you said on a previous call was just that people buy with their eyes, and I thought that really hit
Yes,
me in terms
yes.
of virtual
That's an
tours.
amazing thing, right? People buy with their eyes. I love that you're saying that. This is actually one of a buyer of the one-click showing system that told that to me, and I'm like, yeah, I like that. And that's why he told me, say, well, people buy with your eyes, so I need this one-click showing thing. And remember that more than half of your brain is dedicated to the interpretation of visual stimulus around you. More than half of your brain is dedicated to vision. So you need a tool that helps you to show. You need a tool that helps you to show as much information and get as much trust as possible. So on that note, I'll let you guys go. We're here every Thursday for the tech call, and we will have people joining live asking us questions. But in the meantime, we're going to keep continuing, and we're going to keep to share value for you guys. And on every Wednesday, we have our sales and leads call and listings call. I wish you guys an amazing day. Thanks, Paul, for tuning up. And we'll talk to you guys soon. And make sure to join and engage the community. Talk soon, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Vincent.
Ciao, Paul. Bye.